Cheeta, aka is the sweetest girl among the standard dolls. Her abilities allow her to strengthen the team and heal allies. In this video, we'll find out why Cheeta can become an irreplaceable support in your squad. We'll take a look at her key features, choose the best weapons and attachments, select neural keys, and see which teammates allow her to shine the most. Let's start by looking at her stats. Cheeta is a support class character. She has 10 points of stability and 6 points of mobility. Her combat attributes are light ammo and burn damage. On the other hand, medium ammo and hydro damage are her weaknesses. Now that we know her basic parameters, let's break down her abilities. Starting with her basic attack. Cheeta selects one enemy target within 6 tiles and deals physical damage equal to 80% of her attack. Additionally, the basic attack deals 3 stability damage to the target. Now, let's move on to her first ability. Cheeta selects one enemy target within 6 tiles and deals burn damage equal to 130% of her attack. If the Blazing Assault effect is active, we'll talk about it shortly, this attack's damage is increased by 20%. The ability also deals 4 points of stability damage and costs 2 Confectance Index. Next, the second ability. Cheeta selects one enemy within 6 tiles and deals physical AoE damage. All enemies within a 2-tile radius receive damage equal to 80% of her attack. If there's only one target in the area, it receives the overheating effect for 1 turn. This effect prevents the target from using attacks and abilities, and considered as a burn debuff. The ability also deals 2 stability damage and costs 3 Confectance Index. Now let's move on to her ultimate. When activated, Cheeta applies Blazing Assault 2. This effect increases all burn attacks by 15%. Additionally, she applies 2 random buffs to all allies within 6 tiles for 2 turns. For each ally affected, Cheeta gains 1 Confectance Index point. She also gains the Action Support effect. It can activate up to 2 times per turn for 2 turns. Ultimate cooldown 3 turns. And finally, her passive ability. When Cheeta is under the effect of buffs, after each attack she heals the ally with the lowest HP within 7 tiles. The healing amount is equal to 45% of her attack. Each active buff increases the healing efficiency by 5%, up to a maximum of 15%. Now we'll move on to discussing segments. Out of all available segments, I'd highlight the first and 6th ones. The first segment enhances her ultimate. It now applies 1 additional random buff, so instead of 2 buffs, allies will receive 3. The 6th segment also enhances her ultimate. Now Cheeta gains 2 Confectance Index points per ally in the effect area, instead of just 1. These improvements make her ultimate much more powerful and allow her support role to fully shine. In addition, I'd also mention the 4th and 5th segments. They increase healing effectiveness, making her passive ability even more useful in combat. Now let's move on to character build, starting with weapon selection. Quick note, we'll be reviewing weapon options without calibration. The best option for Cheeta is the classified manuscript from the paid battle pass. This weapon enhances her mobility. Base movement range can increase from 6 to 8 tiles. And that's not all. If Cheeta moves more than 5 tiles, she removes 1 random buff from the target when attacking. Next, Papasha's signature weapon. It's available for purchase from the Platon shop and also offers several useful effects. First, when dealing damage, Cheeta ignores 5% of the target's defense for each debuff applied to them, up to a maximum 20%. This makes the weapon especially effective when paired with characters who apply debuffs. Second, after Cheeta or an ally performs a support attack, the critical hit chance of that unit's next active attack is increased by 10%, up to 30%. And finally, another interesting option, the purple version of MP7. Like the Battle Pass weapon, it can also increase Cheeta's mobility. In addition, when applying a buff to an ally, it increases the damage of the owner's next active skill by 10%. A solid pick, especially if you don't have other options. Next up is attachment selection. The first available set is Phase Strike. It increases outgoing damage to targets by 15%, provided they have an element debuff. This set is versatile and effective for many dolls, making it one of the easiest to farm. Another more specialized option is the emergency repair set. If an ally's HP is fully restored using an active skill, they recover 2 stability points. This can only trigger once per turn. It's important to emphasize that stability recovery only occurs from active, not passive healing. This means stability will only be restored via her second ability, and even then only with a specific neural key. We'll cover that shortly. Now let's discuss stats. For the muzzle break, the best options are attack boost, attack, health boost, and defense boost. For the remaining attachments, same priority, but ideally exclude defense if possible. If you don't have perfect attachments, go by this stat priority: attack boost, attack, health boost, defense boost. Now let's break down neural key selection. The best choices for fixed keys are 1, 2, and 3. Let's look at them in more detail. Key 1 gives Cheeta 3 action points at the start of the battle. Key 2 increases the range of action support by 2 tiles. Key 3. The active skill Spicy Candy gains a new property. If Blazing Assault is active on the user, the skill restores HP equal to 100% of attack to the nearest ally, excluding the user. Now let's move on to the alternative, Key 5, used in combination with the Emergency Repair set. It modifies the second ability. The skill no longer deals damage to enemies, but instead heals allies in the area for an amount equal to 90% of attack, and removes one negative effect. From the common keys, you should prioritize Cheeta's own key. Senya's key is also a good choice. Otherwise, keep in mind that Cheeta is a support character, so leftover free keys are often given to her. For stat priority, aim for attack boost and heal boost. Now let's move on to team composition. First, let me point out that there is no single correct team build, but on screen you can see several possible setups. Still, let's take a look at the best pairings among standard characters. One good teammate for Cheeta is QBZ. In this setup, Cheeta provides excellent support attacks, applies burn debuffs, and boosts QBZ's damage through buffs. Sharkery will also appreciate the extra buffs, attack support, and burn debuffs from Cheeta. Tololo thrives in a team with Cheeta thanks to the additional buffs. It's especially important to know that buffs are critical for Tololo. You can find a more detailed guide on Tololo in my other video. Senya can act as an additional support alongside Cheeta. She also uses the burn attribute, applies vulnerabilities, and performs support attacks, making her a solid addition to a Cheeta team. To sum up, Cheeta is not just a sweet girl, but an excellent support who fits perfectly into any team. Ну и на всякий случай нормальная версия этой фразы. Cheeta is not just a sweet girl, but an excellent support who fits perfectly into any team, and the fact that even beginners can easily obtain her makes Cheeta an even more appealing starting character. That's the end of the video. Leave a comment about which character you'd like to see next, and don't forget to check out our website, GFL to Help. There you will find even more useful information about the characters and game mechanics. Links can be found in the video description. Thank you for watching and see you next time!